Hello, my name is Deren Baharlı and I'm a second year student in the Department of Molecular Biology and Genetics in Bilkent University. In this video, I will be showing you my PHYS101 project named Measurement of Static Friction Coefficient on an Inclined Plane. The rest of the video will be me doing my experiment, and meanwhile I will explain the setup and theory behind this experiment. This is the setup that I used to perform this experiment. A wooden surface and a pivot is used to create the inclined plane. As you can see, a ruler is used to measure the length of the wooden surface from one end to the determined point, which is the point where the object is initially placed. An object with a wooden surface is used at first. This setup made it possible for me to measure the height where the object starts to slide on the inclined plane. At first, the object is placed to the determined point and it is not sliding. As I move the pivot closer to the fixed end, the degree of the incline is slowly rising. I try to measure the exact height where the object starts to slide to calculate the maximum static friction coefficient. But random errors are occurring while using the ruler and determining the exact point where the object starts to slide, and it is likely that my results will deviate from the theoretical static friction coefficient values. But I try to minimize the errors by repeating the experiment 3 times for each object. So how does the height where the object starts to slide will give me the static friction coefficient? I have measured the length of the wooden surface and the height, so tangent theta can be calculated from those values. If you think of the last moment where the object is resting on the inclined plane, there is no acceleration in both x and y axes. And if we draw the free body diagram of the object in that moment, we can see that tangent theta is actually equal to the static friction coefficient of these surfaces. The moment where the object starts to slide was the closest moment that can be captured to calculate the static friction coefficient with this experiment. In here, I am using the other object which has the same mass and volume, but the surface that is in contact with the wooden surface is covered by paper. So, the static friction coefficient of paper and wood surface can be measured. From the results, it can be seen that paper and wood surface needs a bit more height than wood surface. This shows that paper is a rougher material than wood, and the roughness of the surface is proportional to the bumps available on the surface. And these bumps can only be seen with high magnifications and not with bare eyes. And since all other variables are same for the two objects, it can be said that the difference between static friction coefficients of different surfaces is dependent on the material of the object. Thank you for listening.